We broke up. We been broken up for 2 months, but you think about them all the time. You dream about them all the time. You wonder how they do. You really want to call them. You look on their social media page. Now, it may fizz out, right? But for right now, you check on them all the time, but you don't talk to them. Why? Because you know that this is not a good person for my life. Soul ties. So ask yourself, did you pick them or did your pain pick them?
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me
What's going
out.
on, family? I want to welcome you to AOS, the podcast. I'm your host, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is what I need you to do. We're on every single platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I need you to go and subscribe and follow us right now. We drop content every single day that'll help you with your life, because our mission here at AOS, the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live life on the next level. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watching this episode. This is going to be a dynamic episode. I need you to dive in. Do me a big favor. I need you to like, share, and comment. Don't be a stranger. Comment with us. And this is what I need you also to do. I need you to copy this link right here on this podcast, this episode, and share it with at least 10 of your friends. I promise you, it's going to help them out. Let's jump into the episode. You guys are so amazing. And welcome you to another episode of AOS, the podcast. Let's go. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and dive deep in, because I ain't going to be long. I might be, I don't know, but I doubt it. I think some people need to know this today. The truth of the matter is, you need to ask yourself this question. If you're in a relationship and you're like, yo, it's kind of rocky, it's a little questionable, ask yourself this. Did you pick them, right? Or did you make a conscious, educated, wise decision to pick this person, or did your pain pick them? Many people, let's really be honest, many people are attached because of trauma. Notice I didn't say drama, trauma, right? And I'm going to tell you this. How many of y'all have ever been, and I want to help us out on today, because I'm gonna ask you the question I was about to ask you. I didn't get sidetracked, but I want to help us get to the place where we're not making decisions relationally, whether it's friendship or romantic. I want us to get to a place where we're not making decisions because of past trauma, right? And even drama, but past trauma. And because it never, 9 times out of 10, when you connect with somebody because of trauma, you will soon discover, yo, we're not a perfect fit. This is not a good person that I need to be with. I don't need to be with you because we share the same trauma, right? So I really want us to dialogue about that on today. And getting back to what I was saying, it's so important for people to be healed, because anybody that has a trauma has not healed from that past trauma. And I'm saying that if you have a trauma or a trauma has happened, you haven't healed. And I'm not saying that, but a big percentage of people that get into a relationship with somebody else because of a trauma generally have not healed, right? Now we could talk about it. We can, dialogue about it. When I first meet you, this can be a topic that we talk about, but this should not be a topic that we bond about, right? You shouldn't be getting with somebody and they're helping you heal your wounds, and you're helping them heal their wounds. Now you have two broken people, two damaged people. I'm not saying damaged goods are not good goods, right? But what I am saying is two people that have been damaged, that have not done the work to work on themselves. So now we come together because we have mastered the art of dysfunction. So now, we get into a relationship, and now our past traumas begin to come up. Prime example, especially when people have the trauma of distrust. How many people have y'all met that don't trust nobody? That's a trauma that you need to heal from before you get into another relationship. Many of you have been hurt, and legitimately, you have been hurt by people, and now it's hard and it's difficult for you to trust anybody that you get in a relationship with. I get it. I understand. You're not ready to get into a relationship. And I know some of y'all going to throw daggers at me, but I don't want to be alone. You need to be alone. Because until you enjoy your company, it's difficult to really thoroughly enjoy somebody else's company. If I can't really love myself, I won't correctly love you. And not only will I not correctly love you, this is a bar that y'all need to keep. Not only will I not correctly love you, I will not expect you to love me correctly. Why? Because I don't love me correctly. So when you come at me sideways, I will accept that. When you say things to me that's sideways, I will accept that. Why? Because I treat myself sideways. I don't I don't fully love myself. There's an expectation. Me personally, when you come in my presence, there's an expectation on how I expect you to treat me and how you're going to treat me. Why? Because I treat myself in that same regards. I love me. So when you come, listen, I tell people this all the time. I'm the type of person, if, and this is outside of relationship, this is friendship, this is everything. If a person, if a person has done me wrong and we have talked about it and we have moved past it, I'm the type of person where I'm cool if we never talk again. I'm fine with that for life because I'm not the type of person that will push myself on people. Like if you don't want to have a relationship with me, friendship wise, I'm cool. It is what it is. I miss you. We had some great times together, but however, I'll move on. Life goes on, right? And that's just how it is. Many people, the damaging part about it is hold on to trauma relationships. Oh man, they were cheated on. I was cheated on. Let's bond together about being cheated on. Let's talk about why we were cheated on. I mean, they were in the wrong. We weren't in the wrong. They were in the wrong. And let me put a sidebar real fast. I can't stand when people say, "Okay, I was cheated on. It's their fault." I mean, it is. I'm not excusing the act. I'm not excusing the act. However, what made the person cheat? Oh, they were a serial cheater. Okay. Did they cheat on you when you first got together? What part of the relationship? Now, there are some people that say, listen, they've been cheating since day one. I mean, of course, because you overlook the red flags. I hate when people say, I didn't see the red flags. Yeah, because you weren't trying to see the red flags. I posted a video on TikTok and some girl was like, there were no red flags. I think it was a girl. I think it was a girl that said it. She was like, there won't no red flags. There are always red flags. You just choose not to see it because you're drunk in love. That's a fact. Okay, I'm gonna break this. I'm hopefully listen. Y'all gotta use this for the sound clip, for the sound bite. How many of us have ever bought a vehicle, right? And when you first bought that vehicle, you were in love with that vehicle for a particular reason, right? I'm gonna give you my personal thing. You were in love with this vehicle for a particular reason, but then once you got the vehicle and you got common and you got comfortable with the vehicle, and the vehicle, the newness wore off, you begin to see all of its defects and all of the car's flaws. That's how you do in relationship. It's so shiny and new, and you get into the relationship, but then after you get comfortable, after you don't let your hair down, then you start to see the flaws. Then you start to see the defects. Then you're ready to get out. I remember, I'm gonna tell you this. I remember I saw this vehicle, right? And this is no cap. Because matter of fact, it was a guy that honestly I don't even know who he is. I do know I don't know who he is. I'm just being honest with you. I just happened. They went to my school. They went to my school. I think they were younger, much younger, right? And I saw him. I had went to the store. I went to the dealership, and this was like in 2004. I picked up the Dodge Magnum. Credit score A1, right? I told you, I mean, if you follow me for a while, you know that I went to the dealership and I saw this Lotus. I love the Lotus. I was like, yo, let me get that Lotus. I called Navy Federal and I need a check for $41,000. They was like, all right, cool, come pick up your check now. Like 5 minutes, they, whatever, bam, come pick up your check. This was, before they can, just email or whatever, send a confirmation to the dealership. No, you wouldn't go pick up checks. So it was like, come pick up your check. Lotus, right? $41,000, and come pick up your check. The only reason I didn't pick up the Lotus was because I did not know, and I still don't know how to drive a stick shift. It wasn't automatic. If it was automatic, your boy would have been cruising that Lotus. But anyway, I don't know why I told y'all that. But I remember in 2004, the Dodge Magnum had just dropped. And I saw this Dodge Magnum. I went to the Dodge dealership. I picked up this SRT. It was $35,000. It was fully loaded for the SRT. Was it SRT? It was the middle version. Was it the SRT? I don't think they had SRT Magnums. It was the SE, which is the base model, and I know the middle model is the X something like that, the middle model, right? And then you had the fully loaded, I mean the RT, the Hemi. It wasn't the Hemi, but it was a fully loaded middle version. Sunroof, navigation, leather, all the bells and whistles, right? And I picked that car brand new, 0 miles, $35,000. Right. And I'm using this because many of you do the same thing in relationships. I saw this car. I liked it. So they was like, yo, you just take it. Just cruise around in it for a little while. Bring it back tomorrow. So I'm driving it and I happened to I forgot. I don't know. I don't know. I was taking them somewhere. I think I took these guys to the rec. I went to school for something, to high school. I don't know why, but I dropped these guys off. He was like, yo, you should get this car. I was like, I might get, I just might, right? Brand new Magnum. Nobody really seen it like that on the streets. It was new. It was kind of exclusive. It was a Dodge, but it was fresh, right? It was that car back then in that era. So I drove past this other dealership, I think the next day, and I saw a Dodge. It was a base model Dodge Magnum, but it had 22s on it and it was looking good, right? So what I did was I pulled up, just curious about it. They, of course, what are they called? The reps, the salesman came out, met me. He was like, cool, I see what you got going on. I was like, yo, I got approved for this, but I'm seeing this on the 22s. He said, what's up? They were selling that for $19,000. Now, granted, it wasn't about the money. It had nothing to do about the money. I had the money. The money wasn't an issue. I was already approved for $35,000. This car was $35,000 brand new, 0 miles. But this other car was $19,000 and it was used. I'll never forget. It had I want to say, what did it have 18,000 miles on it? I think it said either 9,000 or 18,000 miles on the car. And that car was going for $19,000. I'll never forget, $20,000 out the door. So this one in particular, the Dodge Magnum that I got, right? It was silver. I'll never forget. It had 22-inch rims. It was cloth seat, base model. Me looking at a vehicle because I liked it. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't ideal for me. Why would you now? I mean, now that I'm more financial literate now, I don't believe in buying brand new cars. That's just me. I just don't, because when you buy a brand new car, it depreciates soon you drive off the lot. So when you sign the papers, $5,000 out the door. So just for the record, I don't believe in buying brand new cars. But anyway, so I mean, it depends on how you look at it. But I'm looking at it from the standpoint, the only reason I like this car, the $19,000 car, was because it had 22-inch rims on it. That's the only reason. Like, it really looked aesthetically good. Now, it's crazy because I could have got the brand new car and I could have put wheels on it. I had money, I had credit. I could have went and bought 22s on that one and put it on that one. And it would look amazing. That one was maroon color. The brand new was maroon color and the other one was silver, right? But the reason I made this example, I brought this ancient history up, is because many of you make the same decisions in relationships. You see somebody and aesthetically they look good, like physically they look good, or you guys bond because I'm talking about trauma. You guys bond because of some type of trauma that you've been through, right? You see her, she looks good. Y'all sit down. Why are you single? That's and a lot of people, they bring that question up. Why are you single? I'm single because I got cheated on. I'm single because why'd you and your ex broke up? I'm single because we broke up because I'm trying to think of some other stuff. Cheated on, or we just wasn't compatible, or something. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, This is the end of the road. I'm like, I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. Drastically happened, right? And they say, oh, same thing happened to me. I got cheated on, or they left me for somebody else, or I guess it's the same thing. Cheated and left somebody, the same thing. But we broke up because of this particular issue. And you guys begin to bond over that. What's crazy is so many people bond over trauma, and I told you I was talking from in the beginning. You overlook the red flags. Red flags are always there, but when I bond over one specific thing that is detrimental to my life or detrimental to your life or whatever, they almost kill me, right? Oh, they almost killed me too. We bond over this, but there's one thing that you have greatly in common is the trauma. So now I overlook all the red flags that I see down the road. You saw the red flags. You just chose to overlook it. Nah, maybe it's not that. It is that. When a person shows you who they really are, believe them. Maya Angelou said that. I can't take credit for that. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Stop trying to paint a different picture. Many of you have been painting different pictures. And that's the damaging part. Why are you painting a different picture? They are who they are. Listen, I was telling my guy. He was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be nice to her. I'm going to change this. I'm going to open up doors. No, you can't. For what? Why are you doing that for? Because you're trying to manipulate them into being something that they're not. They are a nasty, disrespectful person. You can't do nothing to change that. That's who they are. They have to change that. That's facts. So many of y'all have been bonding over trauma. Did you pick them, or did your pain pick them? Your pain from a past relationship that you have not healed from. Did you pick them, or did your pain pick them? Did you pick them, or did that old trauma that you guys have in common pick them? That's why so many people that bond over trauma break up. Because we got together for the wrong reason. Let me dive deep right here. Many people have gotten together, had sex. The sex was amazing. That's why y'all stayed. But then when the sex got old, then you're like, I don't want to be in a relationship with this person. Now you have an epiphany. Now you're like, listen, this is not the person for my life. They hold me back. They don't push me. They're not good for me. Oh, now all of a sudden, now you see that they're not a good fit. Why? Because we bonded over something that was irrelevant. So I'll tell you this. It's cool. I understand you meet people. We have some type of commonality. We have something in common. Okay, bam. This happened in my past, but I'm healed from it. This is not the foundation on why we have built the relationship, because my ex almost killed me and your ex almost killed you, or your ex cheated on you and my ex cheated on me. So now this is where we're building the foundation of why we together, because we have this in common. No, that's trash. Ask yourself that question. Every relationship, I'm not talking about the healthy relationships. I'm talking about those that are in rocky relationships. Are we together because we chose each other, or are we together because our pain chose each other? Which one? Did we choose each other, or did our pain choose each other? Which one? I know y'all looking like, why he keep on doing that? I'm trying to figure out how I want my thumbnail to be. I'll picture I want my thumbnail to be. But that's facts, though. Many of y'all have, it's crazy because now you look back at the past, you're like, dang, bro, right. Like, we bonded because we both was homeless and we made it out, but I haven't healed from being homeless, and my ex left me because I was homeless. Oh man, my ex left me too because I was homeless, because I ain't had no money, because I was broke. Mine did too. Now we bonded. Now you have two people that have not healed from trauma, that have not healed from the past issues from a relationship. Now we're trying to build a new relationship, still holding on baggage. Because what you don't heal from, you carry. And you carry. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job, you lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, you started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. Relationship. Heal first. I'm going to tell you this like it's my first time telling you, which is not. But I'm going to tell you, how do you heal? Self-development. I can't afford that. Go to YouTube. Type in self-development. Matter of fact, download ChatGPT. Search a free ChatGPT. And this is for the people that really want to do the work. I ain't talking to those that are going to make excuses. Excuses are for the birds. Excuses are bridges to nowhere, period, all day long. Download, find a free version of ChatGPT, download that to your phone, and just type in, how do I heal from pain in a relationship? How do I heal from trauma from a relationship? How do I heal from being cheated on? How do I heal from being left by my ex? And read it. Digest it. Look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos of self-development. How do I heal? Now, when people ask me this question, hey man, I went through this in a relationship, how do I heal? This first lets me know that you have not done no work on your own. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. A lot of people, I'm going to give you the model, just like church. There's a lot of church people that go to church and they expect the pastor, the priest, or whatever type of church that you go to. A lot of people, a big percentage of people expect the person that's preaching or speaking to tell them what the Bible says. And many of you are waiting for a coach or waiting for a relationship advisor to give you what play to do. Find out this stuff on your own. Like if you're really serious about healing, if you're really serious about taking your life to the next level, or if you're really serious about getting to another relationship and getting to, watch this, a healthy relationship and not bonding over pain. Do the work yourself. Now, if you could come to me and be like, hey man, how do I heal from this trauma? I've been trying to do it on my own. I did this. I did X, Y, Z. I read this book, but it's still, I'm better, but there's still, I can work with you. I can work with you in that. Listen, we can get busy all day long. I can give you some exercises. I have some guides. Matter of fact, I have a relationship book that's going to drop too. It may be at least 6 months to a year out. Maybe next year this time I'll drop it. It's dope. Not finished yet, but it's really dope. But when I have my book come out, it'll help, right? And I have some tools in the book now that's already ready to go. Some bullets ready to go. But I want to see that you're doing the work on your end first. And I'm going to close with this. Many people feel like if I get into another relationship, all of my past trauma would be somehow disappear because now I'm in a new relationship. No, it won't. If you get into a new relationship with still past drama attached to you, all you're going to do is enhance what you have attached to you, and you're going to attach it to somebody else. If they have some stuff, their issue is going to get attached to you. Now this is why we have soul ties. Soul ties are not just for sex. Let's really be honest. How many people? Let's really be honest. Let's be grown real fast. How many of y'all have gotten so close to people? I'm talking about relationship. I'm not talking about friendship. I'm talking about romantic relationships. Maybe y'all kissed. Maybe y'all held hands. But how many of y'all have gotten into relationships and the person you found out whatever happened, you found out this wasn't the person for me, and they have stayed in, like, it's hard to shake them. We didn't even have sex. It's just hard. Soul ties. Because I connected and intertwined with somebody that wasn't for me. Soul ties. You don't even have to have sex with the person. It's just that you guys were just so in tune with each other, or you thought you was in tune, but it's just you allowed them to get into a place into your heart that is hard to shake them. Let's really be honest. Many of y'all have some people like that. It's hard to shake them. I'm trying to shake them, but it's hard. You think about them all the time. We broke up. We even broken up for 2 months, but you think about them all the time. You dream about them all the time. You wonder how they do. You really want to call them. You look on their social media page. Now, it may fizz out, right? But for right now, you check on them all the time, but you don't talk to them. Why? Because you know that this is not a good person for my life. Soul ties. So ask yourself, did you pick them? Or did your pain pick? What's going on, family? I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.